For those of you who are wondering what my thoughts were on Hannibal at the Gates, the new DLC that's going to be released for Rome 2 relatively soon, I have not made up my mind yet on whether I'm going to buy it or not. When I look at the content that's being released, I think that it could be a relatively interesting DLC, and I do think it offers something to the game. The problem is that the mod workshop is free, and stuff like this, what we're looking at right now, the Association Unit Pack mod, gives me more content than any DLC that CA has released so far. Just look at how many units are here for Carthage. I mean, there's a lot of work put into this, a lot of unique unit models, and this kind of thing has been done for pretty much every single faction in the game. If we go through Arverni, actually not that much has been added, but if you look at a lot of these factions, like Macedon, especially Athens, the Association Unit Pack has offered so many new units and so much variety to the game. And it's free. I don't have to pay $15 for it. I have not made up my mind yet on whether I'm going to buy Hannibal at the Gates. The problem is that, one, I've already done a Lusitani head-to-head campaign. Now, I didn't finish it. I realized that because I haven't really been able to get a hold of 50 bomb. So the Lusitani Gicula head-to-head campaign is kind of on hold at the moment. But I've already used them, so that's one of the Spanish tribes. CA's not adding any new unit. No, they're adding one new unit to the Iberian tribes, I believe. So you've already seen all the units and what they're capable of doing in a multiplayer and head-to-head campaign setting. So that's not that interesting. They're adding one new unit to Syracuse, which is the picked hoplites, which is probably just going to be like another reincarnation of hoplite units. And then again, when we compare it to this mod, there are 4 or 5 new hoplite units, a bunch of sword units, over 200 new units spread across all factions. So it makes it hard for me to justify spending $15 on a DLC when the unit mods are for free. I don't know. So that's again, I have not made my decision yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm kind of debating on whether I'm going to buy it or not. At the moment, it seems pretty likely that me and Madness are going to do a head-to-head campaign on this mod. Now, whether we include other mods into it, I'm not sure yet. I will probably end up doing an overview of this mod, in particular the Association Unit Pack mod, and just talk about the units. Now, I realize that in a head-to-head campaign setting, unit balance can definitely get thrown off pretty hard by the introduction of like 18 or 20 or 30 different new units. So there is that, but I feel like if we're going to do another head-to-head campaign, which I definitely want to do, we want to use some modding here because it'll allow the campaign to play out differently than a normal head-to-head campaign would, and hopefully add some variety and flavor to the channel as well. So after I do an overview of all the units that are included in this mod, and then maybe look through the workshop to see if there are any other mods that might be good in tandem with it, I will probably do a video asking you guys what factions you want to see in the head-to-head campaign. I'm not sure yet if you guys are going to have the final say in it, because me and Madness are obviously going to have to look over the mod together, but we'll figure that out later. At the moment, I do have 2 announcements to make. The first is that I did make a Milk and Cookies Total War Steam group, and I believe that is open to the public, so whoever's interested in joining it, please do. I'm not going to use it a lot. Like, I'm not going to post announcements or anything very often in it. What I am going to use it for, though, is just to keep track of all the people who maybe would think about sending me a friend request. It makes it a lot easier for me to communicate there, where I don't necessarily have to take up room on my friends list, and it also makes it a lot easier for me to deal with a subscriber game day. Like, we're going to probably end up doing a subscriber game day relatively soon, and that way I don't have to have everyone who is going to play in that subscriber game day on my friends list, because I, of course, do have a limited number of friends on my friends list available. So it'll make it a lot easier to communicate with subscribers and announce subscriber game days and keep track of all that crap. The other thing I wanted to say was that you guys should send me your best replay, period. If you have a really good replay that you really want to share, and it is your best replay, and you've gone in and made sure that it isn't corrupted and it wasn't before any previous patches, send that to me. Do not send me more than one. Send me your best replay, and I'm going to go through however many replays I can, and if they end up looking really good, and there are a bunch of really good replays, then I will try to start uploading those subscriber replays as well, because at the moment, like I said, I haven't played a bunch of good players recently, so I haven't gotten a lot of good replays recently. So send me one replay that you really enjoyed, thought was really good, and I mean, like, actually, if it was a really good replay, please send that. Don't send me something that you're like, oh, well, this was an okay replay, I enjoyed it, I thought it was fun, or whatever. Send me what you think is your best replay, and I will take a look at those and try to start uploading those relatively soon as well. So that's all I had to say today. I will probably end up doing an overview of this mod that we're looking at right now relatively soon, and other than that, going to announce the subscriber game day sometime in the next couple of weeks here if we can manage to get it set up, and I will talk to you all later.